So it's Monday the 7th of April and I had the second recording to make for Gráinne Mulvey for her new piece that she's writing. We're so excited. We're performing it in the Great Music in Irish Houses Festival this year. Ciara Higgins organised funding through the Arts Council to commission Gráinne to write a new piece for me. So that's what all this work is building towards. So as I said, I'll read a bit of it now. It's part of the statement that Rose Hackett made in 1951 detailing her involvement in the Rising. And so today I recorded 11 A4 sheets of paper, kind of closely typed print. And so I'm so interested to see what will happen with these. The next stage, Gráinne has described it as phonetic acrobats, laced with sibilances. So she's going to send me some instructions for some singing, which I will send to her, and she will use all this to build the electronics. So from Rosie Hackett. I was stationed at the first aid post in the park. It was very exciting there. We were under very heavy fire from late on Monday evening. Even when we marked out the first aid post with a red sign, they did not recognise it and kept firing on us. It was there Madame brought Mr. Kettle when he was taken prisoner. Of course, we had taken other prisoners besides Kettle. There were a few generals. One low-sized man gave us great praise, I remember. Malin was fired on, and the bullet went through his hat. And Madame was fired on, and it took a piece out of the heel of her boot. We got instructions to evacuate to the Red Building. Miss French Mullen gave me the instruction. The people in that locality were very hostile, and we had a very tough time from them. We did not all get out together. We had to run to the little lodge, and as we did so, we were fired on. The pellets were hitting us. The lodge keeper delayed a bit when letting us in. When we were getting out, he showed us the wall where we had been standing. It was all tattooed around. I remember it was Chris Caffrey, who is now a dresser in the Theatre Royal, had to bring the four of us around. She went out and returned to us to know, was it definitely the college? We had to leave all our stuff behind. When we got out, the crowd was making attempts to attack us, but Chris held them up. When anyone showed a gun, that was enough for the crowd. She got us to a point opposite the college where there was a man on duty, and he told us when to run across. We had only got to the door of the college when there was a man wounded, and the ambulance came for him. So it's just describing in detail the violence and the deaths and how normal it was to be around guns, but also it's dealing with the how the normal people in the street reacted. There's a lot of jeering, support from some people, but not a huge thing. So it's such an interesting thing to be doing. I've been doing a lot of reading around women from the early 20th century in Ireland. And there's so much material out there, and so much of it is stuff I didn't know. A lot of these names I've never heard of. So it's really, really interesting.